Everybody, been getting a lot of messages from all y'all, texts, emails, etc., asking about the beard. So the reason we do that, we just got out of November, so we did a no shave November. For those of you who don't know what it is, it has to deal with bringing awareness to men's cancer. So cancer affects 1 in 3 people in the world. So if we can do our part just by people getting inquisitive on why the beard in such a game like this where everything seems to be clean shaven, at least it brings awareness to those people now, and we've just told a number of you and brought you and made you aware of it as well. So cancer awareness, no shave November, purpose for the beard, and hope to support all those out there, do what we can to help those in need. Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about purposeful practice. So what I mean by that is, how do you make the most effective use of the time that you spend either at the driving range, chipping green, putting green, what have you. So what we see is so many people do what we call hit and drag. So they hit a ball, they drag another one, hit a ball, drag another one. And while they think they might spend a lot of time working on their game, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours or more, then they go to the golf course and they actually play worse, usually because they wore themselves out. So if you're going to go to the range and you're going to practice something, make sure you have the purpose to your practice so that your game can continue to improve on a steady incline, as opposed to working or doing what you think is hard work and going in the opposite direction. So even if it's so far as you have read too much, listened too much, watched too much, and your brain is inundated with information, on a situation like that, your purposeful practice would actually be you go to the driving range and not think of anything while you hit outside of clearing out your brain. But for the sake of today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little drill that regardless of the exercise or whatever you're working on mechanically in your swing, you can transition that mechanical work into implementation work, so that when you go to the golf course, you have already started training yourself on how to use that in a real life situation. Okay, so what you want to do, and I just have some clubs here to illustrate our 2 boxes. All right, so you'll have a box or a station set up like this, and here we just happen to have an exercise that we did for another video. But whatever you're going to work on in your swing, whether it's your grip or your takeaway, where you are at the top of your swing, impact, finish, whatever that is, when you're in box number 1, you can think about as many things as you want to as you work on improving your swing. So you can work on your setup, you can work on your swing, your takeaway, your transition, finish. You can think of as much as you want to while you're in box number 1. As you improve with that and you start to hit the ball better and you don't have to think about it as much, that's when you start working into box number 2. Now this is the implementation box. So everything in this box has to do with implementing what you want to do without consciously thinking about it too much. Now what I mean by that is, in box number 2, what you would do is you would go through your pre-shot routine. Okay, I'm going to hit it. I've got a 7-iron here. I'm going to hit 172 yards. I'm going to hit a 3-yard draw so it falls to the pin. Then you would come into the box. You take your setup, you take your aim wherever you want to hit it, and then you go ahead and you'd make your swing and try to execute that. If at any point in time, while you are in box number 2, the implementation box, you start to think, well, I need to take it away here, or I need to have my hands more here, I need to do this coming through impact. As soon as you have a conscious thought in there, you have to have the self-discipline to stop immediately and start that process over again. That is the whole point of this exercise, so that you can take it from consciously thinking about it in box number 1 to unconsciously implementing it in box number 2. And if any conscious thought creeps in, then you just kill your growth and your improvement, and you have to start again. I promise you, if you have the discipline to go through this, any changes or adaptations you make in your swing in box 1, you implement them in box 2, and when you take it out on the golf course where you have wind and sand and rough and everything else, you will be able to improve much faster and much better, and your game and you will be much happier. Hey everybody, Pete here from the Golf Paradigm. Thanks for watching the video. You can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to watch more videos or subscribe, you can do it right here.